Hello, welcome to my channel. In this first series of videos, I will be tackling the topic of depression, which thankfully no longer has a stigma attached to it like it did years ago, but which sadly most people will experience at least at some point in their lives. Depression is too big a topic to be discussed at one go and will thus have to be broken down into a series of videos. As the series progresses, I will discuss different methods of how to alleviate its symptoms. But first, I'd like to distinguish between the different degrees of depression, namely a low mood state, mild, moderate, and severe depression. It helps to understand exactly how depressed you are and therefore what treatment will likely benefit you. In this very first video, I will explain the difference between a low mood state and mild depression. And the next video will tackle the issues of moderate and severe depression. A low mood state is an emotional state where we feel a bit tired, a bit sad, and low on optimism. But it is temporary and short term and can hang around for a couple of days or a few weeks. You can think of it as a precursor to depression in that if it is not dealt with quickly, it can lead to the more intense forms of depression. The low-level unhappiness that is associated with a low mood state will generally go away after some sort of intervention. For instance, a restful sleep, a good cry, or a chat with a sympathetic person. Some of my clients have tried to convince me that a spot of retail therapy helps as well, but I'm not sure about that one. It could too easily become an excuse to spend money on things you don't need rather than being a preventative method for depression. So sometimes even a good session at the gym can help ease the symptoms of a low mood state, or completing a project at work which had been causing you stress may cause the symptoms to lift or allow the symptoms to lift. If that happens, then you know immediately what the cause of your low mood state was, namely stress over a work project. The difference then is usually to do with the length of time, the severity of your feelings, how quickly it alleviates, and how simple the methods used are. Depression hangs around a lot longer than a low mood state, often months and even years. Many of my clients, when they eventually come to me to start treatment, have been suffering with depression for years, sometimes on and off, so it can hang around quite a while. Depression doesn't go away using conventional methods, such as that good cry or a restful sleep. While they may help, the relief is usually of short duration and the feelings of unhappiness return quite soon afterwards. When depressed people cry, it is because they feel helpless and sad, and crying doesn't always bring relief. So depression is therefore deeper and more continuous than a low mood state. Let's now talk a bit about mild depression. Mild depression leaves you feeling adrift, slightly anxious, and with a feeling of bleakness. It feels as if there's a light cloak of grey hanging over you. You can still see through that cloak, but it is hazy and unclear. This is nothing to do with your vision, but rather to do with your perception of how your world is. The world will not feel bright and happy, and you will feel drab and dreary, the way you feel when it's been raining for a long time and everything is damp. Mild depression does not affect your functioning as much as moderate or severe depression, but it does leave you feeling lethargic and tired, so it becomes harder to carry out simple tasks. Motivation is usually quite low. You can go to work, cook for the kids, cook and feed yourself, tend to the family, and even socialize and still feel mildly depressed. And you may find yourself starting to avoid social gatherings, dreading meetings at work, and paying less attention to yourself than you usually do. And these are signs that you're mildly depressed. Left unchecked, these symptoms can and likely will lead to moderate and possibly severe depression, which will be discussed in the next video, so please keep an eye out for it. I'm going to do these videos in small doses so you have time to process the information and maybe relate it to your own situation. So thank you very much for watching. Your engagement is much appreciated. Please like, share and subscribe, and if you feel like leaving comments in the comment section, please do so. I will try to reply if I can. So until the next video, goodbye and see you soon.